A parking lot fight ends with 35 dogs being rescued. Where are the dogs now? And the annual Appalachian Regional Commission Conference is underway in Ashland. Why folks like Governor Andy Beshear and John Calipari are partnering with Appalachians on a mission.
Plus, we are tracking a fall preview by the end of this week. Your full forecast coming up as Mountain News at 6 starts now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. Officials rescued 35 dogs after a man reportedly kept them in a van in bad conditions for at least 2 weeks. WYMT's RJ Johnson spoke with officials about how this happened and where the dogs are now.
A road rage incident led police to arrest a man on numerous charges. Sergeant Mike Garner with the Whitesburg Police Department says Billy Coleman got mad at his wife for wanting to leave him. That ended with Coleman crashing into a car and getting into a fight.
The wife of the male driving the van with the dogs in it wanted to leave him and convinced him to drive her to Pine Mountain Grill to meet with some other family members who took her. And he became enraged and followed them down Highway 15 towards Food City.
Police say they were called here to the Whitesburg Food City parking lot when they found Coleman fighting with another man, and once they got the fight under control is when they found the gruesome discovery of 35 dogs inside of the van.
I was in disbelief. At first it was thought that there were around 20 dogs. I was shocked to learn that there were 15 more. They were basically on top of each other, covered in feces and various states of malnourishment. It was shocking.
Folks with the Appalachian Pet Pantry were there getting gas when they jumped in to help rescue the dogs.
The piles of stuff inside the van, the animals were trapped under it and over it, and we're trying to climb over it. Feces everywhere, urine everywhere. The smell would burn your eyes when you got close. I can't imagine how any humans or dogs lived in that condition, and they just kept coming out. There was just more and more and more.
President of the Appalachian Pet Pantry, Tara Ritchie, says even though they aren't a rescue center, they are now cleaning up the dogs, giving them a new life.
This morning our focus is we're trying to get everybody bathed and their nails clipped, and they're heading out to different rescues. We have several that are going to veterinary staff this morning to get some vet care.
She says the dogs will soon be placed in foster homes in hopes of being adopted to a loving home. In Whitesburg, RJ Johnson, WYMT Mountain News.
Coleman was charged with 4th-degree assault, 2nd-degree criminal mischief, 2nd-degree disorderly conduct, and 2nd-degree cruelty to animals. A Floyd County inmate was indicted for sending a letter that threatened a federal judge. Court documents revealed that on February 8th, Jerome E. Franklin reportedly sent a letter to the Lexington clerk of the United States District Court that read in part, quote, "I want to personally shoot your judge right between the eyes with a .38 special," end quote. Franklin is expected to be in court for an arraignment on September 22nd. The name of a West Virginia boy hit and killed near his bus stop Friday has been released. Officials at Logan Middle School identified the boy as 7th grader Chance Artist. Deputies with the Logan County Sheriff's Office said Artist was hit by a car Friday morning near the intersection of 11th Street and Route 10. School leaders are asking all students to wear blue on Tuesday to honor the young boy. One man is facing charges after police reportedly caught him in the act of burglarizing a doctor's home Saturday in Baxter. Officers say 45-year-old Timothy Roark of Harlan was arrested without incident after the unnamed physician returned home to find a car they did not recognize in the driveway. Roark is charged with burglary and is being held on a $20,000 cash bond at the Harlan County Detention Center. A Southern Kentucky woman is facing charges in connection to her own mother's death. Sheriff's deputies in Pulaski County say 67-year-old Karen McDonald died the day after she finally received care, after her daughter reportedly left her lying in the floor of their home for weeks.
She did supply her with some food and some things like that, but leaving her in the floor was what was the most detrimental to her health. Elder abuse is one of those things that we don't like to talk about, but it's something that's very heartbreaking.
Police say sepsis, neglect, and some other factors all caused McDonald's death. Deputies say it's not clear why her adult daughter, 49-year-old Abra McDonald, left her in the floor for so long. Abra remains in jail on a $250,000 bond. One man who was injured in a deadly crash in Corbin in early September is now facing a homicide charge. Deputies with the Laurel County Sheriff's Office arrested 26-year-old James Barnes of London on Friday. The arrest stems from a crash on 5th Street Road back on September 3rd that killed Zachary Mathis. He's charged with vehicular homicide and is being held at the Laurel County Correctional Center on a $250,000 cash bond. One man is behind bars for his reported role in a shots fired complaint in Laurel County. Deputies say 18-year-old Peyton Bobbitt was accused of firing a gun multiple times at another car. Officers say 3 of the shots went into the passenger side of the car with a driver and front seat passenger. Neither one of them were injured. Bobbitt is charged with 2 counts of wanton endangerment. State police are investigating a deadly crash in Morgan County. Troopers say 54-year-old Charles Perkins lost control of his vehicle yesterday near the Ezell community of Morgan County. They say he went off the road and hit a tree and died at the scene. The cause of that crash is still under investigation.
Well, mainly dry weather does continue across the mountains into your Monday evening, but don't get used to it because more showers on the way as early as tomorrow. Right now, though, we are dry from Hazard to Buffalo Mountain to Pikeville to Moorhead. Plenty of sunshine, blue sky this evening. A really nice evening is on tap across the mountains as we kick off the work week. And those temperatures, not too bad. Most of us in the upper 70s and lower 80s. 83 for London, 84 in Somerset, 75 here in Hazard, and down to 72 in Wise. A shower earlier this evening, but right now on the radar we are looking at a clean sweep for most of us. A small chance of a few stray showers in Wise County, also into Dickinson County, Virginia, a tiny downpour, but most of us right now are dry. But that's going to change though as early as tomorrow, all thanks to this cold front, also this area of low pressure, so those rain chances not too far away. Those details plus a look at your fall preview coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Cameron, thank you. The Appalachian Regional Commission is celebrating its annual conference right here in Eastern Kentucky this year, packing the Paramount Arts Center with Appalachians on a mission. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has more from the kickoff of today's festivities.
I offer my most sincere congratulations to the projects receiving this round of Inspire grants.
11 states, 43 projects, more than $13 million focused on recovery and reparations.
Every dollar is sacred and it is blood money. It ought to be going to folks like the ones we saw today that are helping with second chance employment.
Governor Andy Beshear joined the Appalachian Regional Commission Monday, kicking off the Appalachia Rises Conference with the awarding of this year's Inspire grants.
This epidemic has torn at the very fabric of who we are. And every day you're out there fighting and scratching for the inches that become the feet, that become the miles of progress.
Helping to fund programs throughout the region that aim to provide second chances to those in recovery.
Not just about recovery, but it's about recovery and then training and getting a job and having the counseling, having the support system.
With 5 of the recipients accepting a combined $1.5 million representing Kentucky.
The people that receive these awards today are doing the hard work to dig out, saving one Kentuckian, one of our family members, one of our friends at a time.
Bringing their missions to the stage to share the people, the projects, and the progress.
So it is about this continuum and how the whole community becomes part of the solution.
That keep Appalachia rising. In Ashland, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
The conference just wrapped its opening meeting, which included guest speaker UK basketball coach John Calipari. Musician Tyler Childers and author Silas House are a couple of notable Eastern Kentuckians expected to appear during the next couple of days. Families renting homes from FEMA are now given the opportunity to purchase them, and one family did just that today in Floyd County. In the Dwale community, Karen Spears and her partner have been renting a home through the FEMA Temporary Housing Unit Sale and Purchase Program. The couple bought the home today, a move that marked a first for the county.
When he brought that check over here, it was a blessed day. And now it's an even blessed day and a wonderful day because this is our home now. This is where we live at now. We can call home. We don't have to change our address from here to there, you know, and it's just the same address that we put on everything now.
FEMA says direct temporary housing assistance is provided for 18 months. Folks then have the option to purchase the home. The chief medical officer of ARH in the Big Sandy region received a very special honor last night. WYMT's Jack Demler talked with Dr. Anthony Stumbo about the What We See You Care award means to him.
Dr. Anthony Stumbo has worked in medicine in Eastern Kentucky for 35 years.
I could have went anywhere else, but I chose to come back home because it runs deep. Family runs deep and friends.
With a primary focus on intensive care units.
And when somebody comes and say, I can't breathe, 100 things could cause that. It's my job to find out the one single thing best treat you and get you better.
And a goal of improving a field he is passionate about.
My goal is to leave this place or leave the field of medicine better off than when I started.
His commitment has gathered the attention of a High Acuity Health.
Dr. Stumbo is a very passionate and engaged physician leader. He's always highly involved in physician and patient data presentations and really actively engaged in monitoring patient outcomes in his hospitals and driving change to make improvements at his hospitals.
Which has turned into recognition.
So the We See You Care Award is an award given by High Acuity Health to a member of our partnership team to recognize outstanding contributions to patient care and patient outcomes.
Recognition that caught Dr. Stumbo by surprise.
It means a lot to me. It means that I am noticed by my colleagues and my comrades.
He said one of his biggest accomplishments was being able to give back to his community.
But, you know, when I came home, the roles were reversed. I had teachers that were now coming to me and saying, what's going on with me? Make me feel better. When, you know, I was asking them how to spell cat, you know, 10 years earlier.
In White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia, Jack Demler, WYMT Mountain News.
And congratulations to Dr. Stumbo. This year, 10 recipients from more than 100 hospitals nationwide were recognized with that award. To learn more about Dr. Stumbo and the award, find this story on our website.
Well, we are dry into tonight, but rain chances return by Tuesday and Wednesday. Those details coming up. Plus,
an uptick in violence is leading to an uptick in violence prevention programs in Leslie County. What school officials are hoping the new programs will do to stop the violence.